Hey guys, it's Devin from Project Devo. This episode's gonna be a little bit of a shorter episode. I'm basically supposed to be going away this weekend that this video is supposed to air, and I just wanted to kind of do like a little filler. And I want to be upfront with what I have, my personal vehicles. They are not the best thing in the world. There's thousands of you out there that have, probably millions of you out there, honestly, that have better cars than what I have. I'm not claiming to have anything absolutely incredible. And my whole thing with this channel is to explain to guys the way that you're supposed to build a car. What I mean by that, I don't mean like outlines for a build. I don't mean like what a build is, in my opinion. I mean along the lines of build for you. Don't build for the clout. Don't build for the guy down the street. Don't build for the internet. Build for you. You're never going to be happy with the car if you don't build for you. Unless you're like me and you're just never happy with the car no matter what the hell you do to it, because that's the way I am. Every time I look at it, I want to change something, do something else, move on to something better. It's just the way, for some reason, that I'm wired. Even with this YouTube, if I have an episode that does great, I want to build upon that. I want to make more advancements than that. It's not. I don't think it would ever be good enough for me. That's just how I am. Um, so with that being said, let's get on to the first one of both vehicles. So the first car, bought in 2020, end of 2019, middle of COVID. I traded my late father's Toyota Corolla in for it. I was out of the tuning game for a while. Didn't really have the finances to get into it, have extra money to spend or anything like that. Um, with that being said, trade the car in. My wife actually found a couple vehicles that we were looking into. I wanted to get into a VAW RX at the time. Unfortunately, with used cars not being available and new cars being a little bit out of the price range that I wanted to get into, we ended up finding a 2019 Subaru Crosstrek. We then purchased the car. And at first, I was kind of just like slowly looking around at stuff. And at this point, that car was like brand new. That was like that was like the second year the car came out. So, with that being said, there wasn't a lot of bolt-on options or of the sort for it. So just doing some shopping. Started off with some small stuff. I got wheels. I got the Sparco Terra, 18-inch wheels in gold. I thought, well, no, it's a fucking Subaru. So I mean, that's like Subaru folklore. You got to have gold wheels on your Subaru. So no matter what color it is. So black Subaru, gold wheels. We were already rolling from there, and it was all downhill. Next thing I got was Rally Armor mud flaps, and then the car started to come together. I started getting ideas. I started shopping around looking for some type of little performance mods here or there, bolt-ons, whatnot. And then I came across a company that I've used before with my Forester XT, um, which was Crawford Performance. They started making bolt-ons for NA stuff. So I bought what they call their power pack now, but at that point they didn't have the power pack thing set up, which is their K&N cold air intake, their Crawford billet spacers and intake spacers, and their AOS system for NAs. So I went out and bought that, did the install. I've done a couple of these so far. We have it. It's kind of down. Me and a couple buddies have it down to like pretty quick at the moment. It does involve taking the whole intake off, but it is cool. It gives you a little bit better throttle response, in my opinion. Some people say that it doesn't do shit, um, but in my opinion, throttle response is a little bit better, acceleration is a little bit better. Not too sure about top end. My whole thing was that cars I wanted to kind of get it out of its own way, and then doing some more research. I ended up getting the uh, Cusco strut tower bar, and then I started chasing some of my buddies around on some of these back roads that I live near, and started realizing I was getting brake fade because they're in WRXs and STIs, which means if I want to keep up, I have to brake late when we're going through some of these windy roads. So using up the brakes a shit ton on that car. So I went with the power stop, or power stop rotors and pads. I went with their track setup because at the time I couldn't find anything that was available for their street setup. It was all track or super aggressive. I will say they are, for the best bang for your buck. Their power stop stuff is you get amazing bite out of it, amazing performance out of it. The only thing I will say is if you go and get their highest end stuff, it's all heat activated. So if you're using it for daily driving, make sure you get on the brakes a couple times pretty good before you're actually out rolling around the street because you will get fade off the bat. Once they get heat in them, they will put you through the windshield. Um, but besides that, I can't really complain about it. Did a lot of engine dress up to it. I have the Grimspeed Trails Pack engine dress up kit on the vehicle. I also um, have done some stuff on the outside. My buddy Ethan from Soft Touch Auto Spa did ceramic coat. And then me and this car's been through two different variation looks. With my buddy Brad and his company is kind of like on a little bit of a hiatus right now, B Ride Vinyl Industries. The first one we did like this little mountain collage thing with the town that we live near and the mountain range behind it down the side of the car, which, as you can see going through these pictures here, this is what you got to have going on, what we had going on. And then after a while, I was kind of like, I want to go with this original design that we were working on for a couple of years. And that was, I wanted to take everything that I'm kind of into. So whether it be Star Wars, anime, the car club I'm with, everything like that, into one giant livery. So we did. So as we're going through the montage here, you'll see the pagoda, which is emblem of the car club that I have, or the our kind of like our logo, and then the initial D style lines from the AE86 on the side of the car, and then as you go to the hood, there is an homage to one of Ken Block's first Subarus that he ran, where they actually for a couple of years they ran these like I guess body lined decals that came off the headlights and then went up to the top of the hood. So I did that. And then there's a little bit of flair for Star Wars in there. I have a couple of Jedi emblems, and then Subaru and Arabesh up those lines on the hood. And then I have a couple of like sponsor, not sponsor, just people that help me with the car stuff on the hood, and then in the back windows. One of my favorite things is on the back taillight. I have a Jedi emblem overlay where it's a negative cut, so that when you brake, instead of the tint being cut out, and then you have the whole light, it's actually negative cut. So there's a cut in the tint for the design, so that way the light comes through the design for the clear part, and everything else is darked out. Love that. I thought that was kind of cool. Um, and then so exhaust, I have, like I said, a Crawford axle back on it. That car kind of came together over a couple of years. When as stuff was coming out for it, I was looking at bolting stuff onto it. It's not done. It's never going to be done because I'm never going to be freaking happy with it. I want to refresh delivery on it now. I want to basically do the same thing, just refresh it. Um, and then I want to do some other stuff. I'm thinking about doing some more off-road stuff with it, like lift kit maybe, skid plates, stuff like that. Nothing too insane. And now we'll talk about the second car. Second car is my 2024 WRX. I bought it in August of 24. I've done some stuff to it. I put on the white line suspension kit, which is 1.5 inch drop all the way front and rear, and front rear sway bars and adjustable end links. And then I did the Tomei catback full titanium exhaust, dual exit. Sounds fucking amazing. Window tint, and then I have Enki five spoke wheels on it. Nothing too crazy on that car. That car is going to be, when we start vlogging on here, that's going to be the car I'm going to be doing all the build videos on, majority of them on. I will get back into the Crosstrek. Depending on how far this video goes, I have some other plans for some other cars and stuff like that that I've been dreaming about doing for a while. And if the channel gets to that point, I definitely want to get into that and do that. But like I said, this channel is more about you guys and your cars. If you guys have I want to know anything about the parts that I have on those cars, I'm gonna post links in the description to the websites that I got stuff off of. Grimspeed, Crawford, basically tire rack for the wheels. Um, Tomei, all those brands I'm gonna have listed down here in the comments. The other thing is, and links to the bolt-ons for the cross truck and everything else. The other thing is this channel is about builds and people's stories. Um, I have a couple filmed. I'm working on getting everything edited because I just want to do these guys justice. That's my problem. That's why I haven't posted them yet. I really, really, really want to do these guys justice when I post their cars. Like, I understand it's not about me. Like, I don't want it to be about me. I mean, when I start vlogging and stuff like that, like anything I do on here, I want to make kind of give back to the community. I don't want to. I don't want to separate myself from the community. And if you really want to know who I am as a person, I what gave me the confidence to do this. I was on a national Subaru podcast a while back called Subie&You podcast, run by a gentleman named Raphael from Texas. Um, on episode 172, I'm going to post a link in that description and tag his YouTube page on here. The guy is absolutely awesome for what he's doing. He really wasn't from the car community. He just bought a Subaru, checked out the community, and started hammering away at it. And honestly, like people who follow me, go over to his channel and check him out. Go to his. You can find him on all like your main like places you can get podcasts. Go listen to a couple of them. Go listen to my episode. If you want to know about me, I'm not going to get into my whole backstory and whatnot, but that gave me the confidence to do what I'm doing here. Um, it's he just does an awesome job. And like I said, I am going to get into viewers' rides. We're going to get into some more stuff as of next week. Um, I want to get into talking to some local promoters. I want to get into builds eventually. I also want to get into your guys' stuff, like opinions. Like if you guys want to see me make a video or do some research, make a video on like a certain brand, like Toyota, Nissan, whatever, or that, or a defunct brand, just let me know, like in the comments. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. That's how I find my viewers' rides video. Like I literally, if you're engaging and I see you engaging, I'm gonna reach out to you. I'm gonna start locally first, obviously, because let's face it, uh, on a service advisor salary, I'm not gonna be able to fly all over the damn place and use up my vacation days to record videos. However, I am going to be out at a couple different shows this year locally around me that are bigger shows like Boxer Fest. I'm trying to get the Wicked Big meetup in Connecticut. I'm also trying to get up to STPR this year in Wellsboro, PA, the ARA rally. I'm also looking at getting to the Nopi Nationals in Maryland this year. So if you guys are going out to those, hit me up, DM me either on here, on Instagram, comment. I'll find you. You guys want to be on the viewers rides video, we'll shoot a video, we'll put you up, you get your own 15 to 25-minute video, maybe longer. I'll go over everything on your car. You can point everything out to me, tell me your story so that you can everybody else can see it. I'll tag your Instagram and socials in that on Instagram, TikTok, and on here, so that way people can follow you back. That's the whole thing about is about growing this community, being positive with it, bringing back that old school community that I grew up in back in the mid 2000s. That's what we're shooting for. No more of this takeover bullshit. All right, guys, like, follow, subscribe, comment, find us on our other socials. You guys have a good one. See you next week.